This could all go horribly wrong at any minute. Welcome to the 175th edition of Lewis Black's Rantcast, entitled "I Fly Home Tomorrow." But as you can see, I'm home. I'm at my cable broadcast studio, public access studio here, and so of course I'm actually I'm doing the Daily Show today, and I'm not back. I'm actually here and haven't left yet. I leave tomorrow, and by the time you're seeing this, I'll be flying home. And I hope you guys enjoy what's coming up. It's another terrific collection of rants that I've been reading. Please send in whatever is bothering you, and I'm sure there's a ton now that you're being battered and beaten, and I would love to be able to read your version of the news rather than the version of the news that I will have to see when I get back, because the nice thing is escaping. As I've said time and again, you go to another country so you can sit outside and or even inside at whatever restaurant you choose, or coffee shop or bar, and hear the folks chattering away in another language, and you have no idea what they're saying. So it's like soothing. You don't have to. When you are listening to another language you don't understand, there are no assholes in the room. And so I've been out and wandering about and doing these shows out there, and it's I'm banking on the fact that it's going to be peaceful, and I certainly hope so. It has always been a joy for me to spend time in Europe, and I'm lucky enough to be able to do that. By the time you see this, I'll have done 2 more shows. I will have done Berlin. Well, let's see what happens there, and Stockholm, and now I'll have a bit of a break when I get here, but we'll be doing the Rantcast next week, and I'll be back here at the Cable Access Studio. And I want to thank you all again for spending time with me. I wish I had more to say, but I don't really. I've got to get ready to do the Daily Show. And this is, and really in the end, what the show is about is not what I'm, blowharding about, but it's about what the folks like you out there have written to me, and that I can share with others. That's the great joy of doing this, and has been, and it really was a huge boon to me during the pandemic to be able to maintain contact without doing Zoom comedy shows, and I could read your rants, because if I do know how to read a rant, and also as time has passed, you write better for my voice, and I deeply appreciate it. Let me just say before I go, I wish I could do these rantcasts in Europe, but it's impossible, and I really need the time to enjoy out there. It's been a long semester, as I still seem to divide the year into the school year. The year starts for me in September, and it ends in early May. It used to end in June when I was in school, but it's been pushed up a bit. And a good Memorial Day to you all. Keep writing those rants, and I'll keep reading them. And eventually, I think I'll see you down the road. If you can, check the lewisblack.com. I've got a number of shows coming up in August in clubs, and a little time in Vegas, because I'd like to get out there when it's just about 300 degrees. And so I'll be out there, I think, the 3rd week in August. But check that out. If you can join me, that would be my pleasure to see you. And once again, thanks to all of you who've been coming out for the last tour, the final tour. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just not running around the country like a maniac. Okay? Enjoy yourselves. Take care. From Gretchen Williams, A Reason to Be Upset. Hi, Lewis. I'm in the audience at your show at the Mystic Lake Casino. My rant is twofold. One, why do guys with the ugliest toes wear flip-flops, especially on cold, rainy days. I can't wait for the lights to go down so I can stop looking at the stubby little fuckers on the guy next to me. I don't quite understand flip-flops in cold, rainy days at all, and I'm sorry you have to look at their toes uh, or why they're wearing them. I just don't even understand why they're wearing them around, Gretchen. Two, people, you don't need to use the entire fucking bottle of cologne when you go out, especially when we are crammed into our seats. My grandma's generation used to call the stuff toilet water. Yeah, they did. That's exactly what this shit assaulting my nostrils smells like. No, wait. After I have a nice healthy shit, it smells better than this stuff. Wow. Maybe you should bottle your shit there, Gretchen. Thanks for sending that in. My shit smells better. Bill, name left blank to protect my career. I think you'll see why shortly, and he's got a reason to be pissed. That is for sure. Mr. Black, thank you for so many years of great entertainment. I'm in the crowd at your Mystic Lake show tonight. Although some have submitted similar rants, I feel I have to put a point on it. I'm a physician who has dedicated my life up to this point towards taking care of others and sacrificing my time to truly invest in my patients. And then COVID happened, and the world went fucking insane. I now have patients who I see in the ER who trust me with their life when it comes to their heart attack, a fractured limb, or stroke, but have the audacity to tell me I don't understand vaccines. What the fuck? Where's the logic gone? I don't give a flying fuck about your opinion or feelings. My job deals with facts and scientific outcomes. Do we know everything about the human body? Fuck no. But we know a damn sure more than some gun-toting, truck-driving, Cheeto president-loving shit stain. Wow. Either trust me to have the best interests of your health or get the fuck out of my office. These fuckers are nothing more than the anal warts of society. Either accept my help, trust my profession, or go off and die somewhere other than my ER. And for Christ's sake, there should be a law against these fucktards spreading their medical opinion on YouTube. Fuck them. Fuck what they are doing to our society, and fuck them for making me hate a part of my job. Thanks for doing that job, Bill, and thanks for protecting your career. And I thought it was an important message, okay? I've said this on stage time and again. They're advertising drugs on TV. The side effect is death. And they'll go out and take that. But boy, those vaccines, well, enough is enough. Thank you, Bill, for it is kind of incredible. They trust you for everything. God, it's stunning. This comes from Matt Freechak, a quickie. I don't know if he was in Minnesota this week or in Iowa or in Wisconsin. Probably applies to all of them. I swear this is the only fucking state where you can wave someone over to get in front of you, and then they give you the finger for your efforts. Huh? Except Massachusetts. Fuck those assholes too. All right, Matt. Let me know where you were. George Chart has this to say. I attended your show this evening in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and you brought up many good points. But the one I really enjoyed was the story about your mother's funeral preparation. I can relate to what you went through concerning the urn. I have no family left, so I'm planning my funeral. I picked out a large fishing bobber for my urn, and I got to thinking, being a novelty item, it may not be available when I need it, so I actually purchased it. And it is now sitting in my apartment waiting for my ashes. I wish I could send you a picture of it because I think you may get a good chuckle out of it. Thank you so much for bringing your show to our town of La Crosse. I really was thrilled to be in La Crosse. I had not played there before, and the Turbo University has got a magnificent theater and is seems to be an extraordinary theater and a black box, no less. And it was a black box. I mean, it's two theaters in a school I'd never heard of, which is kind of incredible because I basically studied every college I was looking to get into. And thank you for that, George. I'm kind of got away from your point about the urn, the fishing bobber. I read it the first time and thought, wow, you were going to have it so it's kind of light enough so it would actually sit out from shore and people would notice it. But I guess you're a fisherman, huh? Good guess, Lou. Or just did it for the joke, which is also good. All right, thanks, George. This comes to us from someone who wants to keep it anonymous, and I can see why, but I can also see what's enraging her, and it's an important set of points that she sends out to us and relates to us and gives us an insight into, since the news doesn't do it. You have to wait until somebody who's actually involved with the process to tell us what the fuck's going on. So thank you for this. Hi, Lewis. I work in a DEI office at a state university, and I just wanted to reach out to the fuckbases who are referring to DEI as didn't earn it. Hey, assholes. Did you know the definition of diversity has greatly expanded on campuses in the last 15 years? Yes, it still means the racial minorities you rail against, and I imagine telling you it includes people with disabilities and people represented by the pride flag won't impress you. But did you know it also includes rural farm kids who are predominantly white? Did you know that it includes students with veteran status? And you purport to support the troops? So, woohoo, go diversity. When you talk about DEI, you become the very reason we still need to have these programs in offices. Trust everyone who works in a school DEI office wishes their job was unnecessary, but you fuckers keep us in business. Didn't earn it? Yeah. Didn't earn slavery or boarding schools or other methods of killing culture and decimating populations. Didn't earn poll taxes. Didn't earn neighborhood redlining. Didn't earn segregated schools. Didn't earn undisclosed medical testing and sterilization. Didn't earn exclusion from communities and social clubs that have aided white people in social upward mobility. Didn't earn the constant barrage, microaggressions, and full-out aggressions coming at them from all directions daily. The things we white people have given to minorities who did nothing to earn them goes on and on and on. A campus officer club where students can go to feel accepted, a mechanism for reporting hateful incidents to campus administration, and maybe a little scholarship money for the academically talented ain't hardly anything. It's a little gesture to say, wow, the generations before us fucked up. Huh? This won't erase that, but maybe we at least can help you successfully complete a college degree. It's better than nothing. Wow. I'm really glad that came in. I think it's really important for people to hear. I think that the idea of what diversity is escaped. I did not know much of this. I did know about that litany of things that we did give them, and that we will, will continue to haunt. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. No, thank you. And important. It was important. I think it was important. Who knows? Who knows? Nobody listens to me. I don't even listen to me. This comes to us from James Spurrier. He was at the Mystic Lake Casino, and I'm reading it because he was there. And it's something we rarely hear about. Escalators. They don't stop, but somehow every time I ride one, there is some smooth-brained simpleton who decides to take in the view at the end. And do they move out of the way to look slack-jawed into the void? No! They stand there between the moving handrails. So now I have to remind them that the escalator doesn't fucking stop and that these troglodytes always look at me as if I'm presenting some newfound wisdom. Or when I head down an escalator and I see two jack-offs standing at the bottom having a fucking meeting. I don't know if it is about their 401ks or who is blowing whom tonight, but there they are. And I am the one that has to remind them that the escalator doesn't fucking stop. And they look at this large contraption as if they didn't know it was there the whole time. We need more abortions. Okay, James. I don't know if that's a hell of a jump there, but it's babies born with no. I'm not going to move on an escalator on their chest, but it really is true. Recently, I got a thing from my friend Kathleen Madigan, who told me about, who sent a thing in about in Tennessee, they're having a ton of accidents on escalators there at the malls. It's pretty good. You could probably look up accidents malls, Tennessee, and there have been a lot of them. Thank you, James. This rant came in from Chris Dragney. He was at the lacrosse show, and I didn't get a chance to read his. There were 3 of them that I got that night, and this was one of them. And I told him I'd read it, and I'm gonna. Here you go, Chris. Thank you, in case I forget to at the end, which I did a couple of times today. Hello, Mr. Black. I'm a big fan of yours, and this is the first time seeing you in person. Well, thank you. I sure hope you're at your best, as I really don't need anything else to be pissed off about. The highways of this country are under attack by motherfuckers who don't know their vehicles have headlights. Huh? Jesus Christ, God damn it. What in the hell is wrong with these fucks? I'm going to kill one of these assholes one of these days, and as they are choking to death, I'll be screaming at them, you should have had your fucking headlights on, you prick. Now, you will never see your family again. And to use one of your famous lines, it's unbe-fucking-lievable. I can't be nice about this. These people are stone cold fuck nuts. Huh? These motherfuckers, goddammit, should have their nuts removed and or made to be sterile. Well, both, I think, will do the trick. In low light, fog, dark conditions, and from sunset to sunrise, it's against the law in Wisconsin and other states to not have your headlights on. Assholes. It just gets worse as the years go by. More and more of these douche canoes not using their headlights. My next item is the asshole motherfuckers that are too damn lazy to get their fat ass out of the cars to get the mail when they come home from work. Huh? These geniuses have their headlights on, bless their hearts. Shitballs, now your headlights should be off. These cocksuckers park against oncoming traffic. So in the dark drives, you can't tell where their lane is. And at 60 miles per hour at night on a curb, it's easy to shit oneself on the way to work. Motherfuckers, I think the next time this happens to me, I'm going to get out of my truck and kick him or her right square in their nether regions. Huh? I don't care. Right now, 3 hots and a cot sounds wonderful to me. Thanks so much for coming to lacrosse. Thank you, Chris Dragney. Thanks. God. It's amazing how people just get fucking about it with all sorts of stuff. I'm glad that's one of the reasons I stopped driving, Chris. For that and about the 600 other reasons that I get from folks about why people are insane on the highway. And I see it every day when we're in the tour bus. They're all on the phone. Everybody's on the phone. Everybody's talking on the phone. People can't stay off their fucking phone. It's unbelievable. To their ear. Or they're staring at it. Okay, that's enough. I could go on and on and on. But yours was what's important because you have something that you had to say, Chris. Thanks. This is wild. It comes to us from Derek Thomas Wan. The Philippines has been a great and problematic place. Right now, here in the Metro Manila area, it is very hot. As hot as the deserts in the Middle East due to no trees and poor urban planning. It sucks, honestly, and how am I am pissed with this country's government being a total joke. We have action stars and newscasters as senators. It is just a shithole, dude. Well, I didn't know this, Derek, and my audience now has learned a little something, and I did not know that the Philippines was taking, sucking it. The metropolitan Manila area. Wow. We have action stars and newscasters. Well, we're moments away from that kind of. We do another form of, idiocy when it comes to our democracy. And I hope things improve there. I don't know if the heat's going to improve because we don't believe in climate change. So, fuckity, fuck, Derek. We got another one from Minnesota, from JD. I wrote to you from Minnesota a couple of years ago about humor being subjective, and you read it on your podcast. Yep, I remember that. And it might be the coolest thing that's happened in a long time. I live in Minnesota. Anyways, got something new to bitch about. I have a new coworker, and he's a very, very, very cheery, happy little guy. He wants to high five every time you cross paths and shake hands after a meeting. And has the kind of laugh that would make wolves hide. I, along with my coworkers, are an abrasive bunch and are not accustomed to such effervescence. Anyways, I finally told the kid I don't want to touch his hand every goddamn time I'm in eye shot, and it's made things weird. What in the hell am I supposed to do? Not trying to ruin anyone's day. I just don't want to be fucking touched. He moves around like a kicked puppy, which is better than floating like a balloon. I'm stuck. I hope you read this. I'll be attending your show at Mystic Lake Casino. And I'm reading it now because I didn't get a chance that night. Don't fuck it up, he says. Hugs and kisses. Thanks, Jay. Thanks for that. Nope. And the effervescence thing would drive me nuts. Every so often I run into a waitress or someone who's in a position that, and they're happier than I am. And I'm like, wow, what is the matter with me? But this is a little crazier when you got to deal with somebody in the office. From Michelle O'Brien. She's pissed at me. Mr. Black waited too long to end his career. I'm a fan, but was very disappointed in his performance in La Crosse, Wisconsin on April 27, 2024. It was obvious he didn't want to be on stage that night. If you have to tell the audience when to laugh, perhaps your jokes aren't landing. Sincerely, Michelle O'Brien. And I certainly enjoyed that, Michelle, because I can understand, people see my show and get upset. I hoped that by saying all of the things that I said about Wisconsin, about the fact that the audience had come out there and that what they had given me and the space that they had given me to perform and to fail, that I was conscious of the fact of what the gift that I have from an audience. And partly you have to understand, and you've missed the point, and Michelle, and as much as I appreciate the criticism, that's also, me teasing the audience. It's also me trying to get across the point that the difficulty in time now is that these jokes aren't going to land, that they used to land. Okay? And a couple of them were like, hey, just kind of like, come on, we're losing our sense of humor. All right? It wasn't for me saying, in any way, shape, or form, I'm sorry that you felt that I had failed. If I wasn't conscious of what was going on, I would feel badly. But I am. I'm sorry it didn't work for you. I'm still, as it is, have never hidden the fact that I'm writing on stage, Michelle. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I'm fooling around with something that is new. And we'll continue to fool around with it. And a lot of other people seem to like it, and they didn't seem to. And I was happy to be in La Crosse. And it wasn't like this is something I have to do. It's something that I love doing, Michelle, and have. And it's very, very hard for me to be leaving. And I'm sorry that I didn't get that across to you. You take care, and I appreciate the criticism. But then again, of course, I'm going to yell about it. So thanks for giving me the moment to try to explain what the hell's going on in my act now, and so that at least I understand it. Take care. Cassidy Cook has been driven to send in this rant, and I'm glad she's sharing it with us because it's something I'd never quite heard of, and I think you'll enjoy it as much as I did. I write my rant to you today in hopes that the cathartic release of this information will in turn release me from the shackles of giving a fuck. Nestled in the town of Bartlett, Tennessee, is a truly stunning geographical marvel of civic engineering known as the Five Way. You may be thinking to yourself that this is the proper name of a five-way intersection. You would be correct, but you would also be stupid. The five-way is actually a six-way. However, there would be no way for you to know this important fact because the only turning lane is faded beyond recognition. There are two types of people that use this intersection. One, people who are forced to take it twice a day and risk their lives in hopes that the other hungry hippos won't storm the middle. And two, people who have never seen something like this in their privileged goddamn lives. Any city planner would be able to look at this intersection and know that a roundabout would be the safest and smartest option. If only there weren't a federal railroad going right through the middle of it. So you have 5 lanes that are really 6 faded lines that make order impossible, and a convenience store in the middle of it named the Five-Way, solidifying the idea that it's only 5 lanes, and an onslaught of dumbasses. The irony of all this is I'm a professional commercial painter. I've offered to the city to do the job myself with no correspondence or indication as to when this intersection will be handled properly. I have descended into a madness that makes me want to go in the cover of night and give the people what they want. Even though I'm a taxpayer and professional in my field, doing so without their knowledge would make me a vigilante vandal, which is sounding better and better every day. I have to go down to the Discount Devil's Crossroads. The Discount Devil's Crossroads, because there's, I guess, 6. This was not a cathartic release. I've only strengthened my resolve on this issue. I will be looking into running for local government. And good luck, Cassidy. And good luck with that train running down the middle of the Five-Way, making it a 6. Is that what it's stunning. Stunning. I wish you'd send in some photos so we could share them with the audience. And thank you for sharing your irateness, if I may use that word. Take care. Good luck with the election. It's a great time to run. You'll be actually maybe someone they'll want to see on the ballot. Hold up a paintbrush. Let them know you're coming. Rachel Suey, also a bit pissed about things. Can't blame her. I'm reading this because it's a little too long for the show that I'll be doing in Wilmington, but I wanted to share it with you. This rant is coming to your show in Wilmington, Delaware, from Quantico, Virginia. I used to pass that a lot when I was a kid and heading down to the University of North Carolina. This little town is blocked into the Potomac River by the Marine Corps base of Quantico. You read that right. I must travel through a military base in order to get home. He said, I never knew that. Should one try to exercise rational, responsible thinking and take an Uber home after a night of frivolity, the base gate has forced drunk residents to switch places with the Uber driver in order to be allowed entrance to the only road that we can take to get to our homes. The town's mayor was once refused entry to the road. He was subsequently forced to walk the 3+ miles back to town because he was in a taxi. And the insanity continues. This little Mayberry oasis also has its very own Barney Fife. Barney Fife is employed as the local law enforcement, so you would think he would be exempt from the requirements. Wrong! On multiple occasions, the Basegate MPs have prevented and delayed his entry to the town as well. Biden recently visited the base, and the town mayor was not notified that there would be road closures ahead of time. Heaven forbid I ever have visitors or repair people to my home. It requires more thorough vetting process than it takes to get to the space station. The military can somehow figure out aid to foreign nations, but egress and ingress to a civilian town within the good old US of A is somehow vastly more complicated. We also get to play a guessing game of whether or not the base gate will let our visitors in, depending on who is working at the gate. If a visitor's pass is not required, it is because the visitor center is closed. Because as we all know, security threats only occur between the hours of 9 and 5. So true. So true, Rachel. Once through the base gates, the one access point to the town is conveniently blocked multiple times a day by commuter trains, CSX, and Amtrak. We had brush fires recently, and no one was able to exit or enter the town for over 3 hours. I was stuck on a commuter train for almost 2 hours. Once you make it into town, you'll find the town is smaller than you expect. This town is smaller than a half-mile end to end. I know. I've run its streets for over 11 years, wondering how my life ended up here. Residents cannot get to their homes, but oh, the security threats. I reside across the street from the Barney Fife, and the amount of pet feces defecated in proximity to the station is truly inspiring. The town meetings are like watching the Jerry Springer show, and are presided over by a mayor continued to Judge Harry T. Stone from Night Court. The mayor and town council are regularly met with the same level of maturity by the majority of town residents as that of children on a schoolyard. Despite having multiple Facebook pages for the town of Quantico, none are used to disseminate relevant information. I still have to pay my bills by hand. Oh, the horror. Moving to an online portal is just too expensive, says the mayor, but they just voted to remove a quarter of the budget by removing parking enforcement. I have no doubt that my name is on a list with Big Brother somewhere with a moniker akin to Quantico Karen. I'd build a bunker for protection, but I'm 90% sure I couldn't get the construction companies past the gate. Wow, Rachel. I lived near Quantico for years. I always just thought it was that was the town that was where the base was, and that was it. Wow, I did not know there was a real town behind there, and I would lose my mind. I don't know how people can deal with that. That's like when I went to East Berlin. I'm surprised they don't charge you money for the back and forth, the toll. Maybe they can do that to raise the money necessary to, what was it you needed to getting that online portal. Wow. Good luck, Rachel. Thank you. Thanks to all of you for listening to my Rantcast. If you have a rant you want to get off your chest, send it in to me at lewisblack.com/live. You can think of it as therapy or whatever you want to think of it as. Just let it rip. And I want to thank the true stars of our show, the ranters, and the splendid rants they gave us. Lewis Black's Rantcast was created and hosted by me. Aha, Lewis Black. Our live rant audio was produced by James Salter. Our theme song by Chris Lane. Executive producer, Ben Brewer. Executive producers, Matt Kleinschmidt and Robert Kelly.